believe Buffalo's going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
The Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl, yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
All right, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And we're definitely excited today. A few things happened this week, a few good things happened this week. And, we're here to talk about it. We're definitely here to talk about it. We got to get into it, man. The season is actually ramping up. Off season is getting kind of crazy, man. A lot of things are going on, and you know how we do it. First, I got to introduce the guys. You know, our guy Matt, aka Reindeer Matt. Matt, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just happy to be back on this lovely Monday, ready to talk some Bills action. You know, we keep getting lucky on pod days. They're dropping some crazy news for us, so it's easy for us right now.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, if the season's going to be like this, I guess Monday is always going to be a good day. You know, yours truly, our guy, you know what I'm saying, Rad, back to all black, Rad, what's up, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here, bro. Ready to talk this Bills, ready to talk all the potential, all the good things, but we got potentially some, bad things. We'll see. But I'm ready to talk, man. Let's talk. Let's go.
Absolutely. Before we get into the show, I need our guy, Matt. Please let the people know who is our trusty sponsor.
Yes, sir. This show and every other show is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Wing Kings. There's two things the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school any other place around. Hit them up for parties. The weather, not today. The weather's going to be starting to break soon. So, you're going to want to have those little cookouts or whatever, or little get-togethers at home. Hit those guys up if you want to go get some wings for those type of events. Stop down and see them at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure you go and mention us, Overdue Bills Podcast. Get 10% off your order.
Absolutely. Shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings. You know the vibes. All right. With that being said, I got to do a little bit of housekeeping. You know how it is. OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. Greatest website in the world. Have all your content needs. And, we got some merch on there. And I think we might have a little bit of some new merch. Matt, you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So, just this weekend, like I said, the weather's going to start breaking soon. So we introduced our first spring jacket in our Overdue Bills collection. So we got the champion Overdue Bills spring jacket embroidered. It's a champion, obviously it's a champion brand. So it's going to be a nice little crossover packable coat. You can wear it on the links. You can wear it, in these rainy months coming up, or just, pack it as an extra coat on the go. You can find that on our website, overduebillspod.com. And we got, I'm excited. We got a bunch in the works. Got some prototypes coming. We're trying to take care of the kids and get more of the women's line going. So be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. Definitely we want you to like, share, subscribe, do all of those amazing things. We appreciate everybody being on. And with that being said, let's do it, man. Quick question of the day. And listen, I had to throw this question out there, man. I definitely had to throw this question out there because it's a lot of things that has happened throughout this week. And the quick question of the day is this: should we trade Stephon Diggs? Right. And I'm gonna be honest, because I threw this in a group chat and listen, there was a lot of chatter. You know what I'm saying? There was going on a lot of chatter. But before I lay out my case, I'll go to my guy Matt first. Matt, the question lies before us: should we trade Stephon Diggs?
I'm gonna go with absolutely not. I mean, he's a true number one. Yeah, Gabe Davis had a great playoff run. He had a great run towards the end of the season. We brought in Jamison Crowder. We got some other weapons on that offense. But everything starts with our wide receiver one, Stephon Diggs. He's gonna draw a lot of coverages. He's gonna make plays when you need him. And I think Josh Allen told everybody he's not going anywhere over the weekend when he responded to.
He's not the GM, but okay.
He's not, but I think his he has a little bit of pull in the locker room and in that scenario. But anyways, I'm gonna say hell no to that.
Okay, so Rad, and everybody in the comments, please let me know how y'all feel about it. Should we trade Stephon Diggs?
No, it's so interesting because soon as the Tyreek Hill news break, my brain went to, man, Diggs is next. I just naturally knew that. Oh, Diggs gonna want 25 plus, and I knew it was gonna be some type of come back. Like it wasn't gonna be easy. It wasn't gonna be an easy just all right. We're just gonna pay you Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill money, right? So I knew that was gonna be a moment of contention. All the stuff Diggs been doing, deleting photos off of Instagram. Now his brother tweeting about he looked good in Dallas. Diggs tweeting all type of crazy. It's out. When people start to break up, they start doing these type of social media games, and that's what you see. It's like a breakup. It's like a slow breakup, and you hate to see it. No, I don't think we should trade the Stephon Diggs at all. I think Stephon Diggs, when he changed life for us. He changed life for Josh Allen. Josh Allen became one of, if not one of the best quarterback in football. What Diggs on his side, he's been one of the top 5 receivers since he came to Buffalo. And I think we need that moving forward, especially in our offense, especially for Josh Allen, confidence to know that Diggs is always going to be out there, a guy that he can count on day in and day out. So no, bro, because that's not an easy replaceable thing. Even if we get all these picks or whatever, I don't know what you're going to say, Sam. We draft a rookie. You know what I mean? The reason that we traded a first round pick is because we wanted a proven guy already. We didn't want no rookie that we got to develop. We in a win now mode where we already picked up Gabe Davis. We signed, Crowder. We got all these other guys, but we need a win now team, and Diggs is win now. He's 28 years old, and a rookie, a 20-year-old, 21-year-old rookie, we only set his back right now. So yeah, I definitely got to keep Diggs all day.
While I hear y'all, and let me state this first. While I do appreciate Stephon Diggs and what he's done for the franchise, I think it's effective. Like, we have to trade Stephon Diggs immediately. I don't think it's a situation. I mean, I guess people say we can wait till the offseason. I mean, that's a mere bag of shells, right? Because the reality is this. Let's be honest. Stephon Diggs is going to ask for 25, 26, 27 plus $1 million a year. That's just a fact. He's going to ask for that. Every receiver in their right mind with his stats and what he's done for the franchise, he's going to ask for that kind of money. Should we pay him that type of money? The answer is absolutely not. Like, we just shouldn't. He's not worth it. I mean, I'm going to tell you why. Number one, he's declining. Last year, he declined 300 yards. He had 2 less touchdowns. And I said this last year. I was the one that was on it. Nobody else was on it. But for whatever reason, during some of the biggest plays of the game, during, down the stretch during the season, even in the playoffs, for some reason, Stephon Diggs was on the sideline taking a breather. I don't know where in the world we started to pay a guy $72 million and all of a sudden he could take breaks. I never seen it before. I've never seen that. I don't think it's I didn't think it was good at the time, and I don't think it's good now. So I don't know what's going on with him, but clearly he's lost a step. He doesn't have the stamina nor the energy to play the entire game, which is a problem. It's a legit problem. And when you couple that with 25, 26 million for multiple years, it's just a flat out no, bro. And I think that Brandy being a savvy GM that he is, he will channel some of that Bill Belichick and saying, I have a player that's declining, even though he helped us. He's just not going to help us like this in the future, and we cannot strap our cap that way. So personally, for me, I think it's a situation now where we need to trade Stephon Diggs, and here's what I think we need to do. There's a guy out there making $20 million a year, which is not bad. His name is DJ Moore. I think personally, DJ Moore, he's 25 years old. If we could give a 1-for-1, I'm cool with that. I don't know if the Carolina Panthers would do that, but I would do that tomorrow. I will go get DJ Moore because DJ Moore, talent-wise, I mean, it's not that far. He's a great route runner. He's beefy, and he's younger. Am I missing something, y'all?
Yeah, I think you missed something. You missed something big. The issue is that we're not going to get a DJ Moore back. I don't think that's possible.
I don't know that.
You know, I know that, right? Because when you see Tyreek Hill moves, you would think, oh, I want Waddle back. But you're not going to. The issue is you want to pair Diggs. If Carolina, anybody, you want to pair Diggs with your already young guy. You don't want to give away a young guy for a third. You don't want to do that. You want to pair him have a quarterback. You want to pair him to have two good receivers moving forward. All you're gonna give is picks, and that's it. You're not gonna give another player. That's just a moot point, I would think. So I don't think we're gonna get another stud like that back. If we trade Diggs, so we only gonna get picks back, and I'm all against just picks when you got a proven commodity. Yeah. That's only 28.
And then also you're at this 25 number. I don't think he's gonna command that kind of money. Even like why? Tyreek Hill got that money. Devontae Adams got 19 million. He's not getting paid more than Devontae.
Devontae Adams got 28 million a year.
No, he's making $19 million this year.
No, I know, but like his contract will be 28 million.
That's like saying Von Miller is making 20 million a year from us. It's not. That's not the number. That's the overall number, but that's
my
not
point.
He's not going to make 25 million a year.
Yeah, but Devontae Adams got 75. What is it? Not 75.
65 million guaranteed. My point is, if he's asking for anywhere in that range, it's a dud. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And I think he's making $14 million. He's making $14 million this year, which is not like he's not playing for cheap. You know what I'm saying? By any stretch. Like you said, he declined a little bit. So it's like as far as stat wise goes, and then just his overall being. So I don't think he's going to be able to command. He's going to command that kind of money, and just in my opinion.
I mean, listen, we can say all of these things.
I'm for extending him. I'm sorry. I'm for extending him and maybe giving him a little more, but I don't think he's going to command that kind of money.
I mean, we say he's not going to command it, but the market is the market. And if Diggs looks at himself as one of those top receivers, all his agent is going to do is say, we need to get somewhere near that number. I mean, they do it all. I don't know why we always do that, right? We always say he's not going, but they always do. I'm sure the Chiefs said Tyreek Hill is not going to, but he does. And that's what happens. And I think we need to be proactive and not reactive to that situation. We don't need to go into an offseason, this next offseason saying, oh my God, what are we going to do? If Tevon didn't ask for this astronomical number, then Brandon Beane is strapped cash to just like move him immediately. No, let's see what we can get now in the market.
My question is, what did that send you? What did that send your team? What's the
sign? What's the message? Why did we do that?
To send your team? We're
not trying to win now. Doing that they got rid of Richard Seymour. They got rid of mad players, bro. Like why can they do it and win 6 Super Bowls, but we can't do it? Why can't we do it? I don't understand that.
We're not the Patriots. We don't.
Okay, then maybe we need to figure out. Maybe we need to figure out that culture. Maybe we need to figure out a culture where we can say sayonara and still have a great team. I'm just saying. I'm not in the business of playing players who are.
But do you remember life without Diggs?
Yes, so what? I don't care.
Yeah, we mentioned it 2 weeks ago. We had Kelvin Benjamin as our number one.
Okay, that's fine. Diggs is turning into Calvin Benjamin, bro. Diggs is
my God.
All right, we got to go to the next.
He's 28 years old. We got to go to the next 28 years old.
He's 29. Diggs is 29 years old, and Diggs is on a decline. He was missing plays last year. I'm just saying, y'all don't want to look at the signs, but I'm looking at the signs.
We're gonna have to on our recap show. We're gonna have to. We're gonna do a new thing this year. Worst takes of the year. And that's got to be up there as number one right now.
I mean,
the fact that you just said Diggs is the new Calvin. Yeah, he's dead.
Edwin Jackson said still over 100 receptions, still over 1,000 yards, while allowing other wide receiver tight ends to shine. Gabe Davis wouldn't be Gabe Davis if Diggs didn't demand attention.
I'm gonna say this again. Sure. The Kansas City Chiefs just traded away Tyreek Hill. We would all think that that's idiotic, but they understand.
They got Travis Kelce also.
That's fine.
That's fine. But that's fine. We need to be proactive. That's my only point. The problem with Bills fans, the problem with y'all and me, I'm not with y'all on this one, but the problem with us is we want to hold on to dear life to these players that mean so. Yo, bro,
if he was 34, I would agree with you, but he's
on the decline. Okay,
he's not on the decline, bro. He's not on the.
Diggs is okay. Stats wise, he's on the decline. Yes or no? Can we all agree on that point?
1 year, no. I said the nuance between Hill. Hill obviously. He got paid the most money a wide receiver got ever paid ever.
And
he
he's
got
better,
the most
and he's better than
money.
Stephon Diggs, right?
Listen to me. Yes, but Stephon Diggs is not going to get that money for one. And Diggs, and pretty much Tyreek Hill whole contract is guaranteed. He got a big signing bonus, and next year in 2023, the rest of his contract is guaranteed. He got 120 million over 4 years, pretty much guaranteed money. Like, we're not going to give that to Diggs. I don't think Diggs want that. Or maybe he do, but we're not. He knows that he's not defending the Tyreek Hill market.
I don't know why you say that when
Devontae Adams didn't get that. Because Devontae
Adams was prior to him. The point is that the receiver that comes is always the one that sets the market. First of all, he's going to get definitely Christian Kirk money. We can all agree on that, right? He's going to get way more than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's going to get way more than Keenan Allen. He's going to get more than DJ Moore. He's going to get more, right? Right? Yeah. Do you agree on that? Is he going to get
a nice balance? You gonna have a nice balance. We can figure it out, but not trading them just cause. No.
Let's hear this when we get there. But we can move on. We can move on. Listen, I didn't want to bury the lead, but I guess I did. But we got a new stadium, y'all. We got a new stadium alert. And I'm gonna be honest, I definitely have some issues with this new stadium, and it's not even built yet, but I do have issues. But I'm just gonna get our raw thoughts. So I'm gonna go to you, Matt. Matt, how do you feel about the new stadium alert? Apparently, it's an ironclad contract. Always be leery of ironclad. But for the next 30-year lease, supposedly. So Matt, how do you feel about the new stadium?
I have mixed thoughts. I'm okay with the location, but I gotta see the full design. I didn't really look too much into it today. Just kind of looked at the numbers. It's obviously the stadium's still going to be open, and as a season ticket holder, it's I guess we want to keep that element, but there was some games down the stretch where it definitely was like, man, I could definitely do with a dome right now.
We're not doing a dome. There's no dome.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm a little indifferent with it. But I'm just happy they locked it down, and I'm excited to see what they come up with. I'm okay with the location because I do enjoy going out to the Ralph, out to Orchard Park. I didn't really care where it was, whether it was downtown or here. So that was my thoughts on it.
I'll say this and I'll let Rag go because I don't mind the dome thing. A lot of people are making, a lot of issues about the dome. At first I was, kind of on the fence about it, but at the end of the day, the elements are the elements. We live in Buffalo and I don't mind playing in those, right? And I'm not playing, but I'm just saying for our team, we have a good quarterback right now, and preferably we will always continue to have good quarterbacks, but regardless, you have to play in the elements. I think that's a home field advantage type of thing. But with that being said, I don't like the idea that, I don't know if you've seen the schematics, but they said this stadium will seat 60,000 to 62,000 fans, right? That's 60 to 62,000 seats. And then they're going to have a party deck, whatever that means, for about capacity of about 5,000, right? So you see we're around 67,000 there, 67,000, 65,000, around there. The current stadium we have now seats 72,000. And I think what the Buffalo Bills is trying to do with this new stadium is make it very, very exclusive. And the prices are going to be very, very, very high for tickets. So I just think we need to be leery of that. We need to be very, very leery of that. Watch what they're doing with that. I don't want to get into the money break. Yes, Matt.
Well, as a season ticket holder, I can tell you that they're not going to go much crazier with the prices.
In 2026.
So what they're doing is they're implementing the personal seat licenses, which is like a one-time fee. That season tickets will have to season ticket holders will have to pay so they can maintain that lower season ticket price. And it, like you said, it will. So
you are paying more.
You're paying not necessarily, like you're paying a little bit more up front, but that's your one-time fee for however long you have tickets.
I know. So okay, my point is you're paying $1,000 to keep the seat that you have, and then you have to pay for that seat as well.
You don't have to pay $1,000.
No. I'm saying you have to pay for the regular whatever the price is. Yeah. Yes. So therefore, as I said, you are paying more. So like I said, so they're trying to make it more exclusive. They're trying to raise the prices, which I mean I understand. But I will say this: I was somewhat happy that Erie County was only on the line for $250 million. I was happy about that, but I don't know, man. My thing is, I think it's the same rigmarole. Like, I mean, it being out there in Orchard Park, I'm not necessarily like insanely upset, but like if we're going to spend all of this money, then let's just make it better. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just want it to be better.
Yeah, that's my issue. There's nothing. I'm gonna say nothing because that's a bit, but it's almost nothing in this world that you spend $1.4 billion that don't got a roof. That's just insane for me. I don't understand all that money. Why would you spend all that money to not have a roof or at least a retractable one? Like $1.4 billion, get a roof. It's that simple for me. It's that simple. Just get a retractable. All this elements, all this stuff, all that's cool. But we in 2022. We got a fast office. We got an office of pace. We got a Josh Allen. We want to have this office rolling. Let's go. Like snow and all that for the fans, snow and all that stuff. It's just I hear you, but come on, we spending 1.4 and fans is. I think the fans in the local communities is what is it? What's the
fitting the bill?
Whatever. Yeah, fitting most of the bill. Like
not really. We're only.
I think like 700 million is for us, right? 700.
No. Erie County is only paying 250 million. The state is paying 750 million at large. So again, I'm not an accountant.
Okay, I don't want to get into that.
But my point is,
we should get a roof for the fans, for
right.
everybody else. Nothing in this world that's cost 1.4 billion dollars doesn't have a roof on it.
And why do we lose seats?
Put a retractable one.
Yeah, and why do we lose seats? Why are we losing 5,000 seats? Like if we're paying 1.4 billion dollars,
probably more boxes or more suites, something like that. I didn't look at the
No, it's not.
Seat.
It's 62,000 seats, period. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's a box, doesn't matter if it's a regular seat. That's it. And then it's this deck that you got that's 5,000 capacity. We lost 5,000 seats, bro. It's just facts.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that in the designs how I was looking was more like that clamshell design like they have like in Seattle that could protect fans from some of the elements and things like that. But we'll see how that goes.
I am with Rad. I'm not you're right. 1.4 billion should get us a little bit more. That's just
you should get a roof. You should get a roof.
Right. Pre-COVID, Pre-COVID, yeah. You know, maybe cost of materials and stuff went up. You know, you had that. I don't know. I'm not a builder, I'm not a construction guy, but
I hear you. Check it out. So what? It's a wait and see. They say 2026 is when we will march into our new building. So I guess that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's go to our next segment, y'all. And it's Bills on the Move. Bills on the Move segment. We talk about free agent signings, trades, or whatever that's going on, with the Buffalo Bills. Similar to a week at a glance. But two big signings, and I've been waiting for this. I was just talking about this at work. Ike Bacher and Ryan Bates. We matched the free agent tender of Ryan Bates, which I am so happy about. So I'm gonna go to you, Matt, quickly. Matt, how do you feel about that, man?
Yeah, I feel great about it. And also the new GM over at the Bears kind of threw us a bone with that deal because by offering them 4 years, I think 17 million. That's amazing. We have a starting caliber other guard on the opposite side of Roger Saffold through 2025. That's amazing on the cheap because I think the next 2 years we're only on the hook for 8.8 million of that 17. So that's amazing. I love that signing. And then just a depth guy in Ike Bacher in case one of those three go down, he can get plugged right in. So that's awesome.
I'm excited, man. I was clamoring for Ryan Bates. I think that our offensive line was a little shaky. I love the depth that we have with Bacher. We still have Cody Ford, and apparently the offensive line coach, what I've heard today is that he's going to work wonders with Cody Ford. I guess that remains to be seen. But I do appreciate the depth. Like, this was a huge signing. Like, we need to protect our quarterback, and this was a step in the right direction. Rad, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, the same. I'm gonna echo what y'all saying. I think having offensive line depth, bringing some guys back for some continuity is good. So yeah, I'm down with it. I like that, Bates being able to, play multiple positions. I think it's good. I think we had to bring those guys back at this point. This late in the game, these were the guys that we probably wanted to keep, and we got them back. So that's good.
And with that being said, I think that we need to move into our next segment because, we've had a lot of free agent signings, right? We've had a lot of free agent signings. We have a lot of re-signings. But I want to get you guys' opinion on the segment I want to call home improvement. All right, we want to talk about home improvement. And before we talk about home improvement, there's another way you can improve yourself, and that's getting in touch with your wellness. And with that being said, we have somebody who wants to help you with that. So, Matt, can you please let the people know how they can help their own wellness?
Yes, so this segment's going to be brought to you by the good people over at Green Vision Wellness Centers. Green Vision Wellness is a sticker and smoke shop open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to midnight every day, and 10 p.m. on Sundays. Stop down and see their wide variety of products they have in store for you. With locations all around Western New York, they have one in French Road in Depew, Abbott Road in Buffalo, Niagara Falls Boulevard in Amherst, and their new location at 209 Washburn Street in Lockport. They can cater to you wherever you are. Also, being told they're opening a new location in Batavia on Friday. So they're just all over Western New York for you. But make sure you stop on down there and go see what they can do for you regarding your wellness. Bring a valid 21 plus ID and mention the Overdue Bills podcast. Get 10% off your purchase.
Shout out to Green Vision Wellness. So let's talk about some home improvement. And I want to ask you guys, and listen, if you're in the comments, please let us know how you feel about this. 2 things you believe we need to improve on moving into this next season, right? We've obviously, improved our line, right? Our defensive line, we beefed up. Our offensive line, we made some great signings this past week. Obviously, we have a stud quarterback and some other things, but I want to go to you, Rat, first. Can you give me, even if it's some schematic things, it doesn't necessarily have to be positional, but if it's some schematic things or coaching things, whatever, however you feel about it, can you give me 2 things you want to improve on? And I'm going to Matt after that.
For me, it's 2 things. I would say run defense. Obviously, that's the thing I think we need to improve on. Hopefully, Von Miller helps us with that. You talked about, I think, Tim Settle and all of Jaquan Johnson and all the new additions. So hopefully that's improved majorly, because that was our Achilles heel all last year. And I think I guess last second adjustments as far as coaching, as far as just those pressurized moments. Like, can we be confident in those moments? Like, do we know as a team how our coach is going to be in those moments? I know I don't want to put all on the last 13 seconds of the Chiefs game in the playoffs, but that was a big deal. Like, those things can't happen. Even that close loss to the Titans, like those close wins and losses, we need to make sure those wins. So when we get to the playoffs, we know that McDermott, Frazier, whoever is there is making good, sound decisions moving forward, and we're gonna be confident in those moments. So for me, it's run defense and those late minute decisions from the coaching staff.
Matt.
Yeah, so I'm gonna transition. I know I said it last week. With losing a guy like Levi Wallace, we got to shore up that cornerback room, whether we do it through the draft or I know there's been a name linked to us in James Bradbury from the Giants. I'm sure Bean has been on the phone with his protege, trying to get something done for somebody like him in our locker room. Then there's still the free agent corners that haven't been signed yet, the vets. So definitely got to shore up that cornerback room, because the AFC seems like every day they're getting tougher with quarterbacks. So it's gonna be a dogfight every week in our conference and our division. So definitely got to get that shored up for sure.
For me, the home improvements, and I guess I'll throw a little DIY, do it yourself. It's Josh Allen. If I don't know if y'all remember, I know he's, can't do nothing wrong. He had an amazing game, right? You know what I'm saying? He granted, he was amazing. I love Josh.
It was,
but
come on.
It was amazing. But throughout the season, Josh Allen had a lot of lows. If you remember, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, like we couldn't score, y'all. Like, it was embarrassing. Nothing short of embarrassing.
We wasn't blocking for him.
And that's fine. You can say whatever you want to say, but I'm just saying, like, Josh Allen, I think he has some things he can improve on, right? He has some things he can improve on in this coming season. Even towards the middle of the season, people started playing this too high, and he was very hesitant to take those checkdowns, right? He was very hesitant to take those checkdowns. I think that's something that he needs to do better on, right? Get the ball out quick. Maybe give it to a Duke Johnson on third down, see what he can do. Give it to your playmakers, OJ Howard. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of get the ball out so we won't have to take these sacks or get these losses. So that's something that I think Josh Allen needs to work on. Granted, he's an amazing quarterback, top 5, top 1 in my opinion, but he can still improve, right? And after that, for me, I think it's and I don't want to say improve because we don't know, but I think we have to talk about Ken Dorsey, right? Our offensive coordinator. Like I don't know. Like last year, there were a lot of times where we criticized Brian Daboll, me included, for sure. Right? What are you doing with the play calling? Maybe we need to run more. Maybe we need to pass a little. Like we were talking about that a lot. So I think that that's something that we need to focus on, right? Our offensive play calling needs to get better, in my opinion, right? We need to be more proactive instead of reactive, right? We need to get out, try to get less third and longs, right? And let's see what we can do in that department. But that's how I feel. Anybody got something to say about it?
I'm actually just super excited about just our play calling, though. I think Ken Dorsey, he added Joe. I don't know if he talked about adding Joe Brady. I think him coming, his experience with the Saints, his experience with LSU Tigers. I know Carolina was a farce, but Matt Rule is, we'll see how long he even lasts over there. But I think adding Brady with Ken Dorsey, I think it's going to be a new, not new, but exciting offense. I think they're going to put a lot of it, going to be a lot of Josh Allen. He's going to be able to I think a lot of control going to be on Josh Allen. Be able to, control the offense, be able to be on his he's going to be on his Omaha, on his Peyton Manning, where he can check in, check out. And I think they're going to put a lot, they're going to loosen the reins on him. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to get in the perfect play. So I'm excited for this year, for this offense, because I think those two guys, those two young minds is going to have Josh Allen being amazing. MVP dark horse for sure.
Yeah, and that's what
maybe
I was
not
gonna
dark,
add
maybe light
too.
horse.
I was gonna say he might damn near be up in the favorites right now. But But I think I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm gonna piggyback off that, and I think Josh, after that playoff run, he's gonna come into the season like with his hair on fire, knowing that he can make certain throws, and he kind of can go out there and just let it loose, and he's got guys that are gonna win one-on-ones. And and with the caliber receivers and tight ends that he has, so I'm definitely geared up. I'm excited to see what he can really do this year.
Absolutely. So it remains to be seen, right? And I think as we get further and further along in the offseason, we will talk a lot of schematics, a lot of X's and O's to see kind of where we stand and what kind of defenses you think we'll be running, or what we're hearing from our coaches about, their plans about how they're going to run both sides of the team. With that being said, I think we need to go to this, and I think we're gonna leave it here after this because Matt kind of stepped on my toes. But anyways, that's fine. But I do want to talk about this idea of draft versus free agent, right? And I want to say this on the onset. Brandon Beane is a person we can trust, right? He's been doing an amazing job, a phenomenal job of bringing us out of purgatory. But I think it was a comment where somebody talked about having Shaq Lawson, right? Shout out to Shaq Lawson. And obviously he was a free agent. He's depth, right? We have other players, Von Miller, Russo, and the likes thereof. But how do you guys feel, Rat? How do you feel about this idea of drafting a player versus just getting somebody serviceable in free agent, right? Because we've seen it both ways. Emmanuel Sanders, Gabe Davis, right? I mean, it depends on how you feel about it. So how do you feel about that? And if you're in the comments, let us know, how do you feel? Like, are you strongly on the tune of, I think we should just draft somebody, develop them, or it just depends on the timeline? How do you feel, Rat?
I lean towards draft, right? Because that give us flexibility as far as rookie scales, rookie money. Because if you hit on the draft, if you have a good couple drafts in a row, you're gonna have all these people on a rookie deal, right? And then you can sign the free agents you need that help the edges, that helps the people, to help to fill little holes, not trying to go out and shebang and pay all this crazy money for people that might be on the down end. So you want to get the people in the early 20s, 21, 22, 23, right, when they're cheaper, essentially when they're cheaper. So when that issue with what you saying about Bill Belichick, he don't want to have to pay that second to third contract where we don't know when you turn 31 you're not going to be the same when you're 26, obviously. So that's where the draft, I think, is the most valuable, because you don't get these guys when they're young, right? Or if you get in the opportunity to get a Stephon Diggs at 26 years old, right, giving up a first round pick for him, because you already know he established and he's valuable. So when you can make a draft pick, when you can make a trade like that, or you build to the draft, I much more love those type of things. I know some of us was kind of disappointed early on the free agency, but we did sign a Von Miller, stuff like that. But I definitely lean more towards draft. We're gonna have we have, I guess, more player control for a longer time, and we understand that they're gonna be working harder. Let's keep it real. They're gonna be working harder to get that first contract. Period. We saw what happened with Marcel Darius. We had him earlier. He was a stud. We gave him that money. We ain't heard from him since. So I think, having people in the draft, I think for me, I'm leaning towards draft. That's the more valuable play.
Matt.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page, but and like we said with like I know I said it before with Bean's track record of his draft picks, he's been pretty much money. So you kind of got to let him, just kind of got to put your faith in him, and also he's making these moves to kind of, I guess, I mean, to me at least, it looks like to make it easier for him to be able to pick the best corner on the on the draft board, or the best another wide receiver to bring in on the draft board, because he's shoring up the offensive and defensive line to kind of be able to go out and get some luxury picks here. So I'm definitely excited to see how he does this in the draft, and I'm okay with if he goes either way, just because of how his track record has been with the draft, but also I know last week I mentioned I wouldn't mind him bringing in a vet for a little bit of money, and trying to win now.
Interesting. For me, I think I agree with one of the comments. It's a both, right? Because listen,
you need both.
It's multiple ways to skin a cat, and I think that Brandon Bean this year is he's doing a good job, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it's multiple ways to skin a cat.
We don't condone no animal violence on the show.
No, we don't.
I got my run-ins with Peter, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, the thing is, we should sign free agents. Like Von Miller, that was a good signing. Well, it remains to be seen, but we have hope that will be a good signing. But also, the year prior, we got Russo and Boogie Basham. They hit a huge rookie wall, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the player development is good, but I think that the idea of having a timeline, and Josh Allen is at that time, right? He's the quarterback. He can win us a Super Bowl. He has a talent. And I think we're here. So it's like, we're not in the player development stage, which we still should be developing players. I'm not saying stop developing players, but we have a goal in mind, and that's the Super Bowl. It's either Super Bowl or bust. And sometimes a quarterback can speed that timeline up, and we can't actually wait on Rousseau. We actually have to go get Von Miller, right? Because in theory, if Josh Allen is 2-3 years ago, we hire Rousseau. Rousseau showed some promise. We just wait. But now let's go get Von Miller. Let's go do it.
So my question is, what would you rather miss on? Would you rather miss on a free agent, or would you rather miss on a draft pick?
People miss on draft picks all the time. So.
I know, but I'm saying, if Von Miller, we pay Von Miller this money and he's like a bum, or would you be mad at Rousseau, who don't develop into who we think he's gonna be? Who would you be more mad at?
I'll say this.
Go ahead, for me, I'm way more mad at a miss on a free agent than a draft pick, just because of the monetary handcuff. Look at Starr, right? We put a lot of money into him in his contract. He sat out 1 year, didn't play at all for us, right? And then the year he did play, he was in and out with whatever he had going on, right? So something like that, you want to bring a guy in who you think can be a huge part of the whatever side of the ball he's playing on and becomes a dud. I think that's way more of a loss for me. Like, especially if Von Miller comes in and does nothing, that would be super disappointing this season.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because it's normalized to miss in the draft because it's so frequent that everyone misses in the draft. Like, it's a crapshoot, literally. But at the same time, missing in a draft is franchise altering. So I think missing in a draft is like, if we miss in a draft, we don't get Josh Allen. Granted, we did develop him as a player, but we can get Josh Rosen, bro, and be in purgatory. So I mean, it's like that's actually not for me. I'm just saying, I think the consequences for me is bigger, because you can either draft Patrick Mahomes or you can have a dud, bro. So it's like, that's how I feel about it. I think the consequences are far more severe. If you have a dud of free agency, it's like, okay, you got a dud.
Yeah, but I think having a dud of free agency, like Matt said, it capture your cap, a strong cap.
Yes.
But if you miss, like you said, Josh Rosen, Arizona, who drafted him? Arizona. And then the next year they got Kyler Murray. Like, say we're bad enough to be in a top 5 pick or to have the number 1 pick right back again, and they drafted another quarterback. So if you draft a bad quarterback and you're bad, you're going to be bad enough to draft somebody else. So I think when you miss on a draft pick, you're going to be a bad team, and you can draft somebody else. When you miss on a high-priced quarterback, like if we traded for Sam Darnold, gave up picks, and then we paid him, we stuck with Sam Darnold, gave up picks, and now we got to wait till we get picks again. So I think it all depends. It all depends on the draft pick. You can kind of re-up quicker, more so if you pay somebody a lot of money. Now you got dead cap space, you got dead money. That's where you getting tricky. The draft is like you slot it. Everything is slotted. If you miss, all right, you cut. You don't pick up your 5th-year option. You keep it pushing. That's
I guess it did, but you said that, but we had EJ Manuel killed that franchise. But all right, with that being said,
EJ for tanking for us.
Yeah, shout out to EJ. But all right, man, we appreciate everybody for being on. Which is better, trade up for someone such as Gardner at 5 or draft Kyer Elam at 25? I'm never a proponent of moving up unless we're moving up for a quarterback. So that's the only player I will move up for. We tried that when we moved up for a wide receiver, did not turn out well. So the only player we should ever move up for is a quarterback.
I mean, obviously, some people are going to disagree, but being moved up a little bit, in his tenure so far, and they seem to work out. Moving back in to get like Tremaine Edmonds, who obviously,
true.
He's up and down, and there's other players he's moved up for that have been okay. Obviously, you don't want to move up too much.
5. I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
I'm glad you mentioned. I mean, are we going to get into a little bit of draft stuff or no? If not,
no, I just put this question up to ask this specific question.
I want to have a big draft. I want to have a big draft show. So please stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a huge draft show.
I mean, but I like Sauce. Sauce Gardner is sorry, but I like Stingley too, and I like. Right, so it's
I would. That's what I was gonna say. So 5.
I don't know if I don't know if he's guaranteed the number 1 guy. That's where it's like I don't know. He might be. He might be right because maybe the name Buffalo Sauce. Shout out to I forgot who told me that Buffalo Sauce. Shout out to that Sauce Gardner. So that might be good, but Stingley might be good. So if we talk about cornerback in this draft, I stay where I'm at. If we talk about
now. I'm actually now at 5. No, but I don't think Sauce Gardner is going to go top 10 in this draft after.
Oh, that's what they're saying. I mean,
after the quarterback pro days with who's drafted in the top 10, I think he might fall. I think because Stingley's going to be the first corner off the board. Now, if we could get Sauce anywhere between 11 and 15.
Not according to Mel. Mel Kiper got Sauce going up for us.
Well, they're both the 2 top guys, and Sauce hasn't given up a touchdown in his entire career. He started as a true freshman, so he's definitely that guy. And he's the tallest, rangiest guy on the board.
We're not getting Sauce.
This is a viewpoint. We can't because in order to get Sauce Gardner, he's not falling. Like he's a once in a generation.
He's not falling out the top 10s. He's not falling out. I don't see it.
The issue is, Matt,
we're gonna do our joints.
We're gonna do it. But the issue is, you're gonna have to give up too much, and we're just like, we're not gonna do that. Like Bain is not that crazy. Like the thing about the Buffalo Bills is we can develop talent, and I want to say this too. We're gonna have
Trey. When we get Trey at 20, what?
Got him at 26 or 20. We got him at the Patrick Mahomes pick, so 27.
We're gonna see. We're gonna have our draft show. We're gonna talk about it. I don't even want to get involved with it. But all right. So shout out to everybody that's on. We appreciate all the comments, man. Shout out to the fan engagement. We ask you again to like, share, subscribe, please, to all the channels. Shout out to the collab. We got going Buffalo fan base. All those amazing things. Listen, we want to get to all the comments. Listen, we got the show next Monday, man. Tune in at 7:30 every Monday, man. Moving forward, we got a lot of good things going, some draft shows, some X's and O's shows, man. We got some great things in store for you. We appreciate all of you, and y'all know it how we end. OverdueBillsPod.com, OverdueBillsPod.com. We got some merch over there, so please go over there and check us out. Shout out to all of the sponsors, and you know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey.
That's a little melody. So you already said with a little melody, bro. I preach.